Join us in Shanghai, a global hub of innovation and the dynamic stage for the World Broadband Association Broadband Development Congress 2025. This year, the theme, Smarter Infrastructure, Converging AI and Broadband, marks a pivotal moment in technology's evolution. Broadband and AI are no longer separate forces. They are converging, fueling each other's potential, unlocking ultra-fast, intelligent networks that are reshaping industries, cities, and lives. Broadband is powering AI at scale. AI is revolutionizing broadband, making it smarter, faster, more predictive. Together, they form the foundation of a truly intelligent society. Discover the future of broadband at BDC Shanghai 2025. Join visionary leaders, AI pioneers, and industry disruptors as they unveil bold strategies to revolutionize network operations, fuel business growth, and build smarter, more sustainable societies. Experience inspiring keynote addresses, thought-provoking panel discussions, and insightful thought leadership sessions. Explore how industry leaders are leveraging investments to drive next-generation connectivity and accelerate this transformation. Join us at BDC Shanghai 2025. The intelligent society starts now. Let's build it together.
Distinguished leaders and guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. Welcome you all to the BDA of WBBA. I am Liu Ying, Executive VP of China Telecom. It's truly an honor to meet all of you here in the beautiful city of Shanghai. And nowadays, we see the great development of AI, and it has become a driver for technological revolution, industrial transformation. Accelerating the development, we hope that we, with this year's theme, the integration of smarter infrastructure and the development with AI and broadband, we have invited experts from the industry, and together we hope that we can work together to boost the high quality development of the global digital economy. And we have gathered with us here today international organizations, government agencies, supply producers, and AI companies. First, please allow me to introduce today's guests. They are Mr. Wei Wenke, Chairman of China Telecom; Mr. Vivek Badrinath, Director General of GSMA; Dr. Zhen Mao Li, Chairman of the WBBA Board; former Secretary General of ITU and Chairman of the WBBA Advisory Committee, Mr. Hou Lingzhao; Chairman of GTI, Mr. Tong Qinggao; Director General of WBBA, Mr. Martin Kriener; member of the WBBA Advisory Committee and former Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia, Mr. Boris Koprivnica; member of the WBBA Advisory Committee and former Director of the Telecommunication Development Bureau of ITU, Mr. Buhima Sanu; Deputy Director of the Telecommunication Development Department of the MIIT, Ms. Ji Sun; Executive Director of Huawei, Mr. David Wang; Deputy Secretary General of the Asia Pacific Telecommunity, Mr. Ziping Liu; Director of the International Cooperation Bureau of CISEC, Ms. Hao Miaoling; Chief Business Officer of Globe, a Philippine operator, Mr. Darius Delgado. Chief Technology Officer of Gambia Telecom, Mr. Keba Bojang. Founder and CEO and Chairman of Data Robotics, Mr. Bill Huang. CIO of DBS Bank, Mr. Benton Gong. Vice President of Omdia, Mr. Ronan Dorenes. Today's conference is also being live streamed on multiple channels across the world, open to 117 members of WBBA and all parties in the industry. So let's extend a warm welcome to all of our leaders, guests, and friends. So we have a number of sessions on our agenda, including the opening remarks, keynotes, roundtables, the white paper launch, and closing remarks, altogether 5 sessions. So let's move on to the very first session. Let's invite Mr. Dr. Li Zhenmao, Chairman of the WBBA Board, to the stage to give us the opening remark. So let's give him a big hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Shanghai. It's a great pleasure to meet all of you today in Shanghai for the WBBA Broadband Development Congress. First, on behalf of the WBBA Board, I would like to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thanks to the joint efforts of all our members and the industry partners, the WBBA has achieved fruitful results. This year, in March, our association has its General Assembly, where the enlarged board and its nomination committee and the executive committee were elected. The General Assembly approved the proposal to expand the board with 4 new members. They are ZTE from China, Turkcell from Turkey, Global Telecom from Philippines, and Informa from United Kingdom, further adding international perspectives and enhancing the diversification of WBBA. The association also established a finance committee with Markus Ruber, Executive Vice President of Swisscom, and Sonia Pivalor, Executive of Network Architectures at OpenServe in South Africa, elected as committee chairs respectively. At this Congress, Mr. Zhao Honing, Chairman of the WBBA Advisory Committee, will present the official appointment letters to the 2 new committee members. They are Mr. Boris Koprivnica, former Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia, and Mr. Brihema Solo, former Director of Telecommunications Development Bureau of ITU. We hope that would help improve the governance structure of the association and constantly strengthen its leadership in industry. At WBBA, we always believed in the power of technology innovation to guide and inspiring industry growth. We continuously focus on advancing research in key areas like artificial intelligence, broadband, and the cloud network, This year, our 7 working groups covering topics such as AI and broadband have published insightful white papers on 5G voice over Wi-Fi, Net 5.5 generation, best practice, and the Gigacity Index. In last year, we launched our first ever global awards program to celebrate and encourage innovations and collaborations across the industry. This year, applications are now open for the WBBA Broadband Excellency Awards, which honors trailblazers driving innovation and transformation within the ecosystem. Open to operators, vendors, policymakers, and more, the awards have 6 categories, such as network infrastructure innovation and AI in network excellence. The winners will be celebrated at our annual flagship conference in Paris, October this year, where we will continue to champion progress in the broadband industry and beyond. Today, we are witness a rapid rise in user demand for AI applications, exciting new sensory like AIGC, cloud gaming, and metaverse continue to emerge, driving the acceleration of a digital transformation across the industry. In fields such as the industrial internet, internet of vehicles, and smart cities, there is an increasing call for smarter broadband solutions. With what in mind, this event defines its theme as a smarter infrastructure converge all the broadband. We bring together distinguished experts and industry leaders from around the world to explore how we could innovate in AI and broadband together, paving the way towards a future where everything is intelligently connected. So, ladies and gentlemen, at WBBA, we embrace the values of openness, inclusion, and collaboration. We will continue to see ourselves as a bridge in international cooperation, fostering deeper integration and growth within the industry chain. We warmly invite organizations from all corners of the world and close device sectors of the ecosystem to join WBBA. Together, let's build a stronger digital information infrastructure and a great, brighter future for the global broadband industry. So, by the way, I would like to tell you something. Yesterday afternoon, I accompanied Mr. Zhao Holin and our new advisory members to visit China Telecom's Shanghai Telecom Museum. It is a very, very good museum, very impressive to me. 2 things I would like to mention. Number one, 150 years ago, the first submarine cable be landed in Shanghai and provides, cable telegraph services in Shanghai. So Shanghai is the first place in China to have modern telecom services, which we are proudly to see is the origin of China Telecom. Okay. 150 years ago. The second thing, okay, thank you. The second thing is we have seen a very large scale antenna system built in 1930s, very early, almost 90 years ago. And Marconi, the inventor of radio communication, don't believe that. This is the largest in the world at that time. He came to Shanghai to see if it is true. So after that visit, okay, 90 years ago, Marconi believed China has the most advanced radio broadcasting and communication system already, also in Shanghai. So you can see these two things in this museum. So remind me that what we are doing today is actually the continuation of our parents, of our pioneers more than 150 years ago. They started this industry. So what we should do is to continue to work as them, okay, to make these words better for future. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Li Zhenmao. WBBA has been upholding the open and inclusive concept, and in terms of organizational building and exchange and interaction, we have made a lot of progress. In 2025, the crowd broadband extraordinary contribution award has been awarded, and we're going to use continuous scientific innovation to lead the industry development. Let's witness the WBBA's further role in making up the gap of digital information and contributing further to the digital economy. Today, the chairman of WBBA also is attending to this meeting. Let's welcome Mr. Vivek Bandrinas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor to be here today at the Broadband Development Congress, and I hope that you are all enjoying a productive MWC Shanghai, where I'm pleased to greet you as well. Thank you, Chairman Ke and Dr. Li Zhenmao, for your very kind invitation to speak. Our theme for today is smarter infrastructure. And this is one that resonates with us very much at GSMA, and indeed across the entire connectivity ecosystem. Without infrastructure, there can be no mobile or telecom industry. And without smarter infrastructure, there can be no progress. We're living through a digital revolution like none other, and there are two technologies at the heart of it: 5G and AI. 6 years since launching, 5G now accounts for 25% of mobile connections around the world. In pioneer markets like China and the US, this figure is over 50%. So this is where we have to look to see what's coming next. 5G Advanced is the next phase of our 5G journey. It brings higher speeds, it brings lower latency, and enhanced capacity. And these features unlock exciting possibilities for all sectors. China Telecom is playing a leading role in this development. On the mobile side, by developing a 5G advanced network at Tianjin Port to automate crane operations and container handling, working with ZTE to build a 5G advanced network for the 19th Hangzhou Games, achieving a peak downlink speed of 25 gigabits per second, which is still much less than what you see on fixed networks sometimes, but already tells you the kind of applications that you can deliver. 5G Advanced is also designed to integrate AI much more seamlessly than previous generations of mobile technology. And so the combination of these two technologies brings unmatched opportunity. We have a long history with AI. We've been using it in our networks to predict maintenance needs and to optimize energy consumption for years. It used to be called machine learning, and it's now progressing towards using language models. That way, we also deliver smarter solutions for our customers. China Telecom is impressively at the forefront of this shift, working with hospitals to introduce AI tools that analyze medical imagery and speed up diagnostics, developing AI-enabled sensors to optimize fertilizer use and increase crop yields in farmlands across Shandong province, creating an AI agent to provide customers with a high-quality, personalized, and round-the-clock service. These are just 3 examples, but we can see the breadth of opportunities. AI's contribution to the global economy is projected to reach $15 trillion by 2035, and that is for a brand new industry. Our networks are not just benefiting from AI because they carry the traffic, they are enabling it. Smart infrastructure is the foundation that makes the technology scalable, responsive, and available in real time. So how can we ensure AI delivers on its transformative promise? 3 things are required: investment, enabling policies from governments and regulators, and partnerships. So as we start with investment, AI applications grow around the world. Rising data demands will place unprecedented pressures on our networks. We expect data traffic to triple by 2030 on the mobile networks, which means the industry must continue investing along the network chain to build the networks that support our digital ambitions. Mobile operators have already spent huge sums of money on infrastructure, and they will continue investing heavily, $1.3 trillion per year between 2024 and 2030. Now talking about policy. The sustainable development of our industry relies on coordinated policy across different levels of government. In their rollout of 5G, Chinese operators have benefited from supportive government policies that encourage growth. But in some countries, we don't have that situation. The regulatory environment has not kept up with the pace of technological change. There are still outdated or poorly designed policies that complicate operators' ability to invest, delay the deployment of infrastructure, and increase the cost of technology for users. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, but policies that support the growth and development of the connectivity ecosystem will be vital to support AI. And finally, partnerships. At GSMA, we know very well that the industry is at its best when working together. In the past year, we've rallied key stakeholders behind a mobile AI community group to uncover the opportunities for our sector. We've released a set of industry benchmarks to make sure the use of AI in telecoms is safe, reliable, and relevant. And we've created a digital toolkit to support operators in their responsible use of technology. But we're also building bridges across the mobile ecosystem and across the entire communications ecosystem. The GSMA and WBBA are united behind a shared ambition to better the world through connectivity. And we're grateful to the Alliance for its contributions to the industry, whether it's in our joint projects like our Voice over Wi-Fi white paper, which is very important in many geographies, or in WBBA's important work in network innovation. Our message to other players is, while we may serve different entities, we're all part of the same ecosystem. So working together is the best chance we have to develop smart infrastructure in the right way, so that everyone can benefit from broadband, 5G, AI, and everything that comes next. Thank you very much for your welcome, and I wish you a very productive day.
谢谢 Vivek Badrinas.
Thanks to Mr. Vivian for your presentation, and also thanks for your recognition to the contribution done by China Telecom in past few years. As the global telecommunication organization, GSMA has always been standing in front of the industry to lead the development and involvement of the industry to empower the booming development of society and in the industry. WBBA is willing to work together with GSMA to conduct a multi-level and comprehensive business cooperation. We're going to promote the technical innovation and digital economy development. Now, let's welcome the Consultant Committee Member Chairman, WBBA, and also former Secretary of ITU, Mr. Zhao Houlin, to give us the opening remarks. Welcome.
Mr. Ko Rui-wan, China Telecom. Mr. Li Zhenmao, Chairman of the Board, WBBA. Mr. Vivek Badrinas, DG of GSMA. Dear friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great honor to meet you in Shanghai for the WBBA Broadband Development Congress. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations on the fruitful results WBBA has achieved in the past year, and on the successful opening of this Congress. Since its official establishment, WBBA has evolved into an international authoritative association boasting a well-established organizational structure, a broad membership base, and profound industrial influence. In the face of a challenge posed by a global digital divide, the association has actively responded to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, while honestly fulfilling its commitment to ITU's Partner to Connect digital coalition. I sincerely hope the WBBA will stay true to its original aspirations and march forward with courage and fortitude. At the WBBA Barcelona meeting this March, I was honored to assume the role of Chairman of the WBBA Advisory Committee responsibilities I had started. Today, it is my privilege to formally introduce two globally renowned leaders joining our advisory committee. Mr. Boris Koprivnica, former Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia, and Mr. Brahima Sanu, former Director of the ITU Telecommunication Development Bureau, one of 5 elected officials in the top management of ITU. Together, we will provide strategic consulting services and suggestions for WBBA's development, support its decisions and activities, while leveraging our collective expertise and influence in the broadband industry to drive its growth. Yesterday afternoon, the advisory committee convened its inaugurating meetings. And the key priorities for the committee's future would include: 1, build on WBBA's rapid growth momentum to actively support its expansion and enhance its influence. The advisory committee will strengthen the association's brand power to attract more key partners and members, including those from other areas of our economy and those from particularly from Africa, Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and Latin America to join WBBA. We will facilitate stronger ties and collaboration with the UN Broadband Commission for Sustainable Development, Smart Africa, and other regional, international, or industrial organizations such as ETNO, CTU, etc. 2, focus on SDGs for the industry's digital transformation. We will actively engage in the top-level design of sustainable development framework, explore wide applications of artificial intelligence, facilitate advanced digitalization with cloud computing, and promote advanced practices and solutions of digital and intelligent broadband. We will pay special attention to implementation, pathways, and growth opportunities in developing countries. Support the communication industry's transition toward green, intelligent, and sustainable high-quality development, and facilitate equitable progress across the global digital ecosystem. 3, enhance the industry's global influence in shaping discourses and drive the worldwide evolution of communication technologies. We leverage the advisory committee market insights and influence to explore systematic industry strategies and seek cross-sector support for bridging the digital divide. We will encourage stakeholders in establishing visionary, innovative, and effective rules for the development of cloud computing and broadband. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely appreciate the trust and support of the WBBA Board of Directors to our advisory committee. We look forward to work with all of you for great achievements of WBBA. So I'd like to just conclude the speech by inviting my 2 colleagues in the advisory committee to come to the stage to receive their certificate of nomination. Yeah, please, Mr. Boris Koprivnica, former Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia, and Mr. Brahim Asanu, former Director of ITU Development Bureau, my former colleague.
Thank you, WBBA to having us to be willing to discuss with us. I would just say, as in business, in society, cooperation is ground for any kind of a development. That is also in the digital world, connectivity is ground for any kind of functionality that we can provide. Joining these two things together means that we are looking to the brighter future and being alerted on the digital divide, on the benefit for the people, and I hope that I will contribute also to alert the governments that these new possibilities can improve the quality of lives, and this is basically what we all try to achieve, to grow the quality of life of every user and any businesses. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman of WBBA, Chairman of China Telecom, dear members of the World Broadband Association. I do accept this certificate of my appointment or nomination as a member of the advisory board of the World Broadband Association, and I accept it with responsibility and the commitment to deliver as a member, because I truly believe, and I repeat, I truly believe in the mission of the World Broadband Association to connect all the corners of the world and deliver the benefits of broadband to all the people of the world for sustainable development and peace in this world. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zhao Holing, and congratulations to the two new members of the advisory committee and the inaugural meeting of the committee. We believe under the leadership of the association, we will continue to drive the development and improve our global influence and lead the trend of broadband development, and to continue to work towards the targets of building more innovative ecosystem. And now I would like to give the floor to the Chairman and CEO of China Telecom, Mr. Wu Wenke, to give us an opening remark. Let's welcome him on the stage. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great pleasure to be with you here in Shanghai at the WBBA Broadband Development Congress 2025 and to engaging mutual exchange and learning with our esteemed participants. AI as a strategic technology driving the new round of scientific and technological revolution, industrial transformation is profoundly changing human production and lifestyles. We regard AI as a key issue of overarching strategic and fundamental importance for future development. On one hand, AI will inevitably impose greater demands on cloud network infrastructure, such as higher performance, enhanced sustainability, and stronger security. At the same time, it will reshape network architecture, operational models, and customer experience, driving the traditional networks shifting towards AI-native networks. On the other hand, with the rapid development of agentic and embodied AI, is accelerating the convergence of digital and physical worlds. We have seen significant improvement in productivity and the operational efficiency. At the same time, the digital gap will continue to widen, and the security challenges will be exacerbated. So it is urgent to promote the healthy and the orderly development of AI towards a secure and the more equitable future. So at the China Telecom, we actively position ourselves in 4 future directions, and such as network, cloud, and cloud network integration, AI, and quantum security. And we hope that network will serve as a foundation, and the cloud at the core, and we embrace intelligence-driven technology development and to safeguard security baselines. And we believe first, advanced cloud network is not just about computing power. It should offer integrated services such as unified management and dynamic scheduling of network computing storage, enabling breakthrough in both scale and quality. China Telecom fully leverages its cloud network convergence strengths to transform one's inaccessible new information infrastructure into universally accessible digital utilities that empower thousands of industries. China Telecom has built the world's largest co-built and shared 5G standalone network. It operates the world's largest gigabit fiber network with coverage exceeding 95% in urban residential areas. It also owns the world's largest operator cloud and China's largest hybrid cloud. The company has established 2 ultra-large fully liquid-cooled intelligent computing clusters in Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei region. Second, commit to application-oriented development. Empowering thousands of industries through upgrades. AI applications involve 3 key elements: computing power, algorithm, and data. We know that the emergence of DeepSeek has continuously lowered the barrier to computing power and algorithm. The large models are accelerating the widespread adoption and implementation. AI is rapidly integrating into thousands of industries. This is the first year of the large-scale application of AI, in which the data plays the most crucial role. We believe that we need the deep integration and convergence of our partnership. Just like the use of other technologies, it is easy to say about the use of AI, but it's quite difficult to do. So this is a very common and classical problem that we need to work together to resolve the common issues here. Well, actually, the use of AI is fundamentally the data flow. The data shows the core business and process of an enterprise, which is the core competitiveness of the corporate. The owner of the data normally would not be willing to or be relaxing enough to open critical data to the third party. However, they often are lack of confidence in using the data. Thus, a kind of IO of data cannot be monetized.
So the digital transformation is really difficult to be achieved. Thus, we need sufficient communication among all parties and to trust each other. In this regard, we will play an advantage of long-term support to our customers to use our cloud system and also integration competence to work together with our customers to provide a data flow transaction privacy protection service to promote and facilitate the AI to be truly transferred into a reliable productivity. And third is to uphold the base of AI. We know that while AI is giving us the unprecedented opportunities, it's also bringing us a lot of challenges as well. We notice that after so many years of hard work, the digital gap is now being narrowing down, and we notice that the cloud service and the AI intelligence gap is now showing a expanding gap. So actually, the security and equality is the cornerstone of artificial intelligence development. Thus, China Telecom has been planned ahead to continuously to build a safety enterprise, to build up our capability of whole life cycle security governance, to make AI safe, reliable, controllable. We fully demonstrate our advantage of cloud and network convergence to use technical innovation to promote the resolution of the risk brought by the AI development. When we're faced with both opportunities and challenges, China Telecom is willing to use WBBA as a platform and work closely with its members and partners to shape a better future for cloud network broadband. Here, I would like to propose 3 initiatives. The first is to use WBBA as a global industrial synergy hub and strengthen integrating innovation. We shall coordinate and promote the whole chain collaboration and also to create leading benchmark cases, thus to build important scenarios. We shall share AI products and the service system to comprehensively enhance the availability and accessibility of global intelligence supply. The second is to use WBBA as a high-level governance platform to promote safe and secure development. We shall strengthen top-level design and overall planning to proactively avoid potential risks and hazard from the source. We shall promote policymakers from various countries to strengthen communication and coordination to improve multilateral dialogue and testing mechanism. We shall enhance the security threshold and governance capability. The third is to use WBBA as an international cooperation bridge to promote regional equity. We shall promote open source models, data sharing, and universal tools to lower the threshold for global intelligent technology applications. We shall build intelligent computing foundations and open platforms to enhance the inclusiveness and adaptability of artificial intelligence capabilities. We shall improve multilateral cooperation mechanism to attract more AI partners to join us. As an important sponsor, China Telecom continues to fully support WBBA work. We will continue to adhere to our original intention, deepen exchanges and cooperation with peers and partners around the world, and closely follow technological progress and industry trends to promote a deep integration and innovative development of AI and cloud network broadband. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for Mr. Ke for your presentation. Mr. Ke introduced to us about his interpretation about the convergence of AI and broadband. AI is a strategic and fundamental issue related to future development, and it is also urgent to promote the healthy and orderly development of AI in the direction of beneficial, security, and fair and equality. China Telecom insists on cloud network integration, and he proposed 3 initiatives to use WBBA as the bridge to enhance in convergence and innovation, to use it as a synergy platform to promote security development, to promote regional fair peace, and also to empower the conversion, translation, development of the social economy. Thank you again, Director Ke. That's all for our remark session. And now I'd like to start the presentation part. Welcome the VP of Strategic Consulting, Omdia. Welcome.
Thank you, Liu Yin. Thank you to Chairman Kerouan and to all of the speakers so far. Welcome to you all to the keynote section of today's Broadband Development Congress. My name is Mark Oliver. I'm the Vice President of Strategic Consulting at Omdia, which is the research and consulting arm of Informa Tech Target. We are delighted to be a founder member of the World Broadband Association. We are extremely pleased to provide our research and digital media insights to the benefit of the World Broadband Association, and I'm personally very honored to be a member of the WBBA's Oversight Committee. Just to try to set the scene for some of the talking points that we will see and hear over the course of the next few presentations. A technology that's going to be defined by AI will fundamentally impact telecoms organizations as well as networks. The AI enrichment of digital environments means that we will work smarter and play harder. And Omdia is forecasting that AI applications will dominate global network traffic by 2030. Operationally speaking, we are seeing AI strategies being deployed within operators to define everything from personalizing internet plans through to revolutionizing customer service. While when asked which network processes will play a key part for AI development, an Omdia survey last year, as we see on the chart here, showed that operators ranked optimization the highest, followed by troubleshooting, monitoring, and deployment, which demonstrates that operators see benefit and value for AI across multiple parts of the fiber lifecycle. In short, AI has the potential to make broadband more efficient, user-friendly, and cost-effective, as well as enabling and generating new revenue service opportunities. But to fully benefit from AI deployments, there will be some crucial guiding principles that operators will need to follow. For instance, operators will need a data-centric architecture. In order for this data to be analyzed to produce benefits for the operator, it must be of the highest quality in terms of consistency, accuracy, lack of bias, and trust. Open and accessible data throughout the organization is also essential to be AI-ready. And the Omdia survey results that we see on the screen here show that there is still room for improvement in this particular area, with only 36% of operators with fixed assets openly sharing their data with any team within their own organization. Thankfully, 74% of operators believe there is strong value in making that network data readily available. Therefore, those existing barriers need to be removed to create the data transparency required. There is also a need to better understand AI use cases and deployment best practices, leveraging the understanding to deliver return on investment and to accelerate the journey from telco to techco. And it is the World Broadband Association which is supporting the industry in navigating that transformation journey, helping the industry to generate better returns on its strategic AI investments. For those not so familiar with the World Broadband Association before today, established in July 2021, the WBBA exists to drive the innovation and collaboration required to bring the benefit of broadband to all. The WBBA is focused on doing that by leading industry development, as we see on the left-hand side of the screen here, working in complementary fashion with standards bodies, but also by cooperating and influencing policymakers. And as demonstrated on the right-hand side of this slide, to drive the industry development, the WBBA brings together the full ecosystem of operators, vendors, regulators, investors, and end users from across the globe in its global membership of over 170 organizations. We are grateful today to have keynotes from distinguished industry leaders, as well as lively panel discussions, which will help to guide us through the experiences and strategies required to plan for growth and innovation. I'd like to thank all of today's speakers and sponsors for the role that they have played in not just making today's event a success, but for their support of the success of the World Broadband Association on an ongoing basis. If you're sitting here today and you're not already a member of the WBBA, I'd like to encourage you to get in touch to find out how you might benefit from and contribute to the success of the WBBA's aims. But now moving on to our next keynote speaker, I'm delighted to welcome on stage my distinguished Omdia colleague, Vice President for Research for the Telecoms Industry, Dr. Ronan Derenès.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, everyone. Good morning. So I'm Ronan Derenès. I'm working for Omdia as well, and I lead the research team for telecoms. We are the biggest telecoms research team in the world. We have over 50 analysts. So I'm trying to condense all of that research into only 10 minutes for you today. And my focus is going to be on broadband and AI. So let's get started. We are in such an exciting moment for the world of technology. The innovation with artificial intelligence is progressing so fast, and the implications are so tremendous that it is really affecting all verticals, all industries. The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, said recently that the future of artificial intelligence is going to be more transformative and more deep in terms of transformation than the invention of electricity, than the Industrial Revolution. So the expectations are huge. And if we're looking at some of those segments, like we've got 4 here, smart cities, intelligent transportation, advanced healthcare, and personalized education, you can imagine already what AI is going to bring to those particular industries. My favorite one is personalized education. Think for a moment about new children being born in the world of today, and they are going to grow with generative AI and AI assistant throughout their education, throughout their career, where they have help and support from those virtual AI agents. It's going to be fundamentally different for them. They'll be able to focus really on what they like to do, and the world will be a much, much better place. So really focusing here on a future intelligent, connected society. But none of this is going to happen without a good broadband infrastructure. Broadband is critical for this to be realized. So in terms of the convergence of broadband and AI, we are seeing really 2 aspects of it. We can split it in 2. On the one hand, we've got broadband for AI, and on the other side, we've got AI for broadband. So I'm going to look at those a little bit closer. So the first one is a very exciting one. There's a lot of money being poured into that, is broadband for AI. Here's a picture of the largest AI factory in the world being built right now in the US. That's built with the partnership of OpenAI, Oracle, and NVIDIA, and the US government as well. The investment is huge. It's $500 billion. This is equivalent of the GDP of Singapore or Thailand. So as much investment poured into the infrastructure for AI as the GDP of a country. It's pretty tremendous. And you can see here, I've put some data from Omdia. our data center capex forecast, and it's doubled in the past 2 years, and it's set to double again in the next 5 years to $1 trillion. It's a huge level of investments, and it's a great opportunity for the telecoms industry here to capture some of that investment. The opportunity is about really how do we connect those big AI factories with the edge or the end user of the AI application, the inference. Also, how do you bring data to those AI factories for training? Secondly, it is not on the slide here, but AI traffic is going to explode in the next 5 years. We think that AI-enriched applications already generate about 1/3 of traffic in the world. And this is going to grow to 2/3 of traffic. So, huge exponential curve for traffic as a result from AI applications. This is broadband for AI. AI for broadband is very different. AI for broadband is how can you use AI to run your network more efficiently? The return on investment is driven by cost savings, primarily. And there's a lot of technology in that space. It's really interesting, so I've kind of split it in 3 parts. So number 1 is the use of AI for pre-deployment phase for demand business case assessments for broadband. Actually, the WBBA published a white paper on that topic specifically recently. Number 2 is broadband network operation and management with network automation and optimization. And I've extracted a chart, a table, from a report from one of my colleagues that's taken from a survey we conducted last year across industry decision makers, looking at what stage of level of automation we have deployed on the network. And you can see we really still early phases. We are not really yet into the full automation of networks. So I think there's a long way to go, but this has really a good impact on how we run the network, how we make it more efficient. And then number 3 is the end user experience. Is the use of AI in broadband in your home? And that can be for quality of service, provisioning, quality of experience improvements, and customer care. Now, how do telecoms operators make money out of this? It is not just about connectivity. Connectivity is important. The traffic growth is tremendous, so that needs to be addressed. It's about going beyond connectivity. And there are 4 elements there that we've captured in the context of AI in terms of how do you go beyond connectivity for monetization. So the first one is pretty easy and comes from the connectivity and from the network layer. It's about opening the capabilities of the network to be able to enhance and prioritize perhaps the artificial intelligence-driven traffic. So how do you bring exchanges to the edge? How do you bring traffic site to cloud, edge to cloud to cloud, etc. So it's kind of managing the traffic. And then we have broadband AI platform services, which goes 1 level up in terms of providing services capabilities at the edge of the network, for example, GPU as a service. And then we go into service management, so managing the resources based on the parameters from the use cases for AI. And then finally, you have broadband AI solutions and services to be sold directly to vertical industries or consumers or various part of the people or enterprises that would use AI applications. But this is just for carrier service providers, for telecoms industry. It is not just about the telecoms industry. We have an entire ecosystem that we need to consider when we look at AI and broadband and the convergence of the two. So on the left here, your left and my left, we have network infrastructure providers, so where most of you in the room are probably part of, so telecoms operators, tower companies, small cell distributed antenna systems, etc. And then we have the technology enablers that we work with very closely, like cloud service providers, data centers, but also, very importantly, the chipset companies as well, like an NVIDIA, Qualcomm, etc., and other chipset companies you have also here in China, are also a very important part of the ecosystem. And then we have the AI companies, the DeepSeek of the world, the OpenAI of the world, but also software developers, data analytics companies, system integrators, API management providers also need to be considered and included into the conversation. And then obviously we have the vertical solution providers. Telecoms companies do not go and sell to a healthcare, to an hospital. We do not go and sell to a university or an education institution. Those verticals have their own solution providers that need to be brought to the conversation. And then finally, we have policy and governance organizations, so government institutions, policymakers, that have a huge impact on the discussion as well, because they set up the rules of the game of AI. So what can we do, what can we achieve with AI in a safe and inclusive environment, and that's very different country by country. So that needs to be considered as well. So this is the map of the ecosystem. It's a big ecosystem that goes very much beyond the telecoms community. So how do we build a thriving ecosystem? How do we make it work? So data sharing was mentioned already in a previous presentation, rightly from China Telecoms. It's a very, very important aspect. We need to be able, and Marcus mentioned it as well, we need to be able to share data across telecoms companies, across countries, across regions, but also across these members of this group of the ecosystem. Industry, vertical industry solution providers, etc. And then the technology side of interoperability, open APIs, integration frameworks, etc., all help to make it work. But it's not just about making it work. It's about also making money out of it, making sure we capture some of that opportunity from a financial perspective. So there we need new business model across the ecosystem. It needs to be a win-win-win business model that works, that provide equitable value distribution across all stakeholders. And we need incentive structures to make that happen. So there's a lot of work. And the WBBA has a key role and already is doing some of that work, that foundation work in terms of how do we build a thriving ecosystem? How does it work in different verticals? How does it work in different regions and countries? And we have plenty of expert members of WBBA and also expert in the telecoms industry who can share some of those insights. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
I could feel lots of energy in the room when Ronan asked, how can operators make money from AI? I saw lots of photos being taken of the screen there. And I think that, beyond connectivity being the pathway to monetization, and the 4 solutions that Ronan shared there can act as a very useful framework and guide for everybody in the room to think through. Now, I'm delighted to welcome onto stage the Executive Director and Chairman of the EMT Management Board at Huawei, Mr. David Wang.
尊敬的柯董事长，我们 WBA 的董事会主席李正茂总，还有我们WBA 的顾问委员会主席赵恒林先生，很高兴接受邀请。我今天给大家汇报和分享的主题是，用 AI 来全面重构我们的超宽带网络，激发商业的新增长。因为我们 WBBA 是云网。
My topic is AI reshapes UBB for new growth. So I will stay focused on the integration of AI and the broadband. To usher in the fully intelligent era, we introduced the all intelligence strategy in 2023. So I will share with you our thinking along UBB and how we can enable operators' growth in this regard. You know, we have been in this fast lane in AI, and AI capabilities continue to improve. And on one hand, we can see that in the past few years, the LLMs have transitioned towards multimodality, and it will account for 78% of the market in this year. So in healthcare, in finance, in specific scenarios, and also in like credit assessment, the inference accuracy of AI models is now greater than human experts. AI agents have now become more proactive as opposed to just providing a reactive response. This year was the emergence of DeepSeek. So MOE architecture significantly reduces the cost of model training. And you can see agentic AI development platforms introduced in China, and MCP and ETA protocols are widely adopted in different applications. And the development models around AI agents have supported low code, if not zero code development. So the emergence of these AI technologies have paved the way for further AI development in terms of technological support. So in our all intelligence strategy, we aim for this full stack and fully open AI capabilities, enabling auto consumption and many other industries. Our all intelligence strategies consists of 6 pillars. On one hand, we need to have this solid computing base or chassis. And together with different industries, we hope we can build this deep computing power ecosystem.
We know that the most important technology regarding AI is the computing power, algorithm, and data. As for algorithm, we have lots of domestic big model. They're stepping into the global stage. It's no longer a bottleneck. Data is always our advantage in China, and in terms of computing power, it is what we may face as a challenge in the next few years. So it does not only include a chipset and hardware, it also shows a inclusiveness of the ecosystem. So this is an even more challenging kind of direction, just similar like a chipset. So how to build up a blooming and open AI ecosystem, that is a very big challenge, including Huawei. And thirdly, this is for the big model. In Huawei, we have our own big model, and also we're supporting the Bermuda system. And also, we want to figure out how to use AI to rebuild the major product of Huawei company. In the same time, we want to generate new product phenotype. That is a major direction for our era. And on the other hand, we want to use AI to empower thousands of business, so that the AI technology will bring us even bigger social impact than what we did in the past 3 decades. For Huawei, we need to be ready for the empowerment for the whole industry, and also we want to optimize our internal operation, development, sales service, procurement, and manufacturing sector. it's going to bring us a great enhancement of our working efficiency. I noticed that I have similar opinion like the previous speaker mentioned. In the era of broadband, I changed the broadband to another word. We know that in terms of the ultra broadband, we want to know how to develop a network for AI. So this mainly means our UBB, or ultra broadband network. You know that many of the applications are not only at the terminal end, for example, mobile end or home end, etc. We need the ultra broadband network that has a high bandwidth, low latency property. So actually, today's network has a very good base for that already. But in the future, if we want to have a even massive scale of AI application, we predict that by 2030, maybe we will have over that hundreds of millions of intelligent bodies. We will be surrounded by those intelligent bodies in our life and in our work. So we want to provide a even lower latency and safe network. This is also a demand and also a challenge for our network. And also AI for network. We use the kind of transformer algorithm to rebuild our whole web pages, including our access and transmission network, data communication network, etc. We want to use our AI technology to further improve the efficiency of many web pages. We want to increase new functions, lower down the energy consumption, and improve the efficiency of maintenance. For example, the autonomous driving network and also the AA network. I believe by now you already see a great advancement already. So look into the ultra broadband or UBB for this abbreviation. For the home end, now we are turning from digital homes to intelligent homes. The operators have a natural connecting dock at home, and also we can provide the cloud service business to the home user. We can continuously to expand the edge of our business to provide a lot of options for AI applications at home. We can provide even better experience for the users, so that this will require a high demand for the network, including the bandwidth and also the latency. And also we need to turn from trial-based to deterministic experience, including deterministic low latency, security, reliability, and efficient operations. In order to meet the above requirement, in terms of architecture, the realization of product and the maintenance, we need to have a comprehensive rebuilding. And also we notice that the ITOT and also organization of standardization is now trying their best to adapt it. Now Huawei has proposed the AI UBB solution to use the AI technology to include all the UBB products, including the AI fan, AI OTM, the optical transmission network, and AI1, the ADN. For example, to use AI to make our maintenance to autonomous or labelless or intelligent. Through this kind of enhancement of end-to-end computing power and connectivity, we can provide a high-quality access and high efficient connectivity. So firstly, it's about the face-to-home network. In the future, we will use our AI friend to use unified portal to upgrade the network at home, to upgrade our service home to smart home service as a whole. For example, at each home, there will be multiple smart terminal that we can provide even more convenient service to those ends, and they will have AI service included. For the AI fan, the core is to upgrade the home gateway as a unified home AI portal. Through this kind of audio interaction and multimodal interaction, together with multiple display of screen, and also can use the existing kind of television and the tablet on your phone, we can provide seamless connection at home, so that our operators, of course, no matter when you deploy at local or when you deploy at cloud, you can realize this kind of simultaneous deployment. So this is kind of upgrading of experience from a gigabyte to 10 gigabyte size. For example, in the past, we had the so-called 3,000 gigabytes scenario. When we're faced with more applications, lower latency, and higher bandwidth, so that we can further improve our 10 gigabits. For example, maybe we can let each of the family to enjoy the experience of a 10 gigabytes network. Maybe we need to further upgrade our network infrastructure as well, so that when our operators are building up their 10 gigabytes access, we can also realize the benefit of it. Besides that, we also need to turn from providing connectivity service to the cloud AI application service, so that maybe in the past we have the traditional OLT to a kind of intelligent device that has the edge cloud service capability. So we can support the best experience of AI application. As for many overseas operators, when they lack of cloud service, maybe at the OLT site, they can deploy their local cloud stack to face to their home user to provide cloud service and algorithm. And also in terms of this kind of optical or AI OTN, you know that for AI OTN, it is very important for better computing scheduling. In recent years, in China Telecom, in many cities, they have deployed the 1 millisecond network. For example, in a nearby city circle, at least there is a 5 millisecond circle. We use the AI modified OTN to further improve the optical transmission through the end-to-end algorithm, and with the end-to-end synergy, we can provide even high quality transmission for AI applications and compute scheduling. So firstly is about the individualized demand from the users, that we need a differentiated experience. In the past, we mainly actually call the network through the length of the wave. The router, the bandwidth need to be manually set. Once set, if you want to change it, maybe you need to wait for a while to go through a certain process. However, as for AI, we can analyze according to the traffic and also the type of the business to sense the demand and also to offer a differentiated guarantee service. Secondly, is about the cloud computing power synergy that require lower latency. The traditional OTN, their optical spectrum distribution are pre-planned. However, with AI OTN, we can be very flexible for spectrum allocation. Now we can change to a kind of fixed wavelength to a flexible wavelength that it is more flexible and can offer our user with better experience. For corporates with different granularity level, they can make sure about extreme low latency service. In the same time, the AI computing power can be used and on demand. And also, we know that this kind of optical power and also the signal and noise ratio can be achieved at an optimal status. In the past, we basically rely on manual cable test and deployment, but now, according to the past decades of data, AI can build an AI digital twin to make the parameter visible and predictable, so that we can achieve automatic synergistic deployment or scheduling of the optical electrical system. In terms of IP carrier level, we can actually fully empower the IP network so that we can actually provide as a differentiated service for AI1. We know that for the home business, the confidential video flow account for over 50% of the traffic already, so that the normal detection technology cannot detect what kind of application it is. And in terms of a corporate business, we have a kind of a very big pack of flow that account for over 90%. So that for the traditional IP network, this is important to provide a better experience, and it is technologically very challenging one. We use AI1 to accurately identify about the type of the service. According to the type of the service, we offer a differentiated experience to the users. In order to make sure that we have extreme computing capability, based on the production of latency, we also have intelligent configuration of the traffic with a long distance without any kind of impairment of the network quality. We have new protocols and also new algorithm to realize a high throughput, low package loss, and a zero jitter result. And also thirdly, for the IP, for the AI1, we need to have a good security protection capability. In the past, we rely on an external built firewall, but for AI1, we can build a built-in firewall, so that based on the attack detection model, we can identify the risk to realize a minute-level blockage, to realize a zero attack of our network. We know that the security of the network should be resolved through the external and multiple layer of firewall. This is a very effective way. However, that is not sufficient and that is not enough. We need to have a built-in security pattern. We can use AI technology to identify, to detect the risk from the traffic flow from the IP back, that we might identify the potential attacks ahead of the issue, so that we can provide a safeguard of the security. The final one is about the kind of ADA, ADN in the industry, we call it ADN automation. So fundamentally speaking, it is based on the intelligent hardware to do a train or to use the big model to assist our ultra broadband network to go for an even higher autonomy. So Jim Furman in 2020, he further upgraded into an industry standard. That by now we have already gone through 5 to 6 years history. In this past few years, we lack of a very effective technology that how to realize the automation of network maintenance and operation. In the past, we rely on our expertise and existing data to realize it in a very small given scale and scenario. But how to achieve a wider scale of automation? How to achieve automation in multiple operators? Now with the emergence of the intelligent body, that the whole internet automation is going on a fast track. Normally, when we go for an L4 grade of a highly autonomy, we need to provide solution in 3 perspectives: business, management, and also the source of the network.
So this network, meta networks layer should also collaborate with a fully automated support of software and hardware, and to have sensoring capabilities and a closed loop design. We have developed a telecom supports agents and co-pilots. So in our network command center, we are able to provide digital staff who will be able to work in tandem with our human engineers. In the future, they will be fully autonomous, and we have those who are able to work on site. They serve as supporting engineers or assistant engineers, and then at the business level, we need to be across different producers or operators. So at the intelligent A layer, we also have similar strategy, and we hope we can have agents that are under the same deployment framework, and then we remain 24/7 active, continuing to improve and optimize the experience and to relieve the workload of on-site staff. When it requires on-site support, the agents will schedule the human experts or engineers to go on-site, or maybe just use cell phones and the other mobile devices to support those on site and to reduce the skill requirements of these human engineers. We hope in 2 to 3 years we can fully automate this UBB network. And to reach L5, we need to aim at L4 first, and to have completely closed loop automation for any tasks that are not required to be processed on site. And we have these digital staff or digital engineers working in the back office, and we hope we can reduce to only 1/10 of the time required of those who work on site when handling these tasks. And we hope we can contribute to the development of industry, and we hope we will have uniform standards behind UBB, and we can achieve a win-win future together. So let's join hands in realizing this new era with the deep integration of AI and broadband. Thank you for listening.
It was particularly fascinating to hear about Huawei's AI UBB strategy, the way that that is driving the concept of intelligent homes, but also as part of its overall all-intelligence transformation strategy, meaning that we saw many different multiple types of use cases being demonstrated there. It's now my great pleasure to welcome our next speaker onto the stage, Deputy General Manager of the Construction and Development Department at China Unicom, Mr. Lu Hongtao.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great pleasure to meet with you in Shanghai at the BDC Shanghai 2025 of WBBA. So my topic today is Smart Future Begins. AI and broadband thriving together to build a new intelligent era. Looking back at the development of broadband, we started with 64K to 2000 when we started the genesis of broadband with ADSL. The speed has multiplied by 10x, if not 1,000x over the past 20 years. The evolution of broadband has always been about technological advancement and application. The emergence of key technologies have driven this new generation of broadband technologies. In a modern technology, we have portals and websites, and then we have e-commerce platforms, and now we have high definition streaming, live streaming. And now we are at the intersection between an old generation and a new generation, ushered in by 5G technologies. We all think about the new or the core drivers for broadband. I think at that forefront is AI, undoubtedly. And we need to fully integrate AI and the broadband. AI has become a key engine for digital economy around the world, and this industry is expanding at unprecedented rates, providing strong momentum to industrial development. With bigger adoption, we see rapid application of AI technologies from transportation to households. We see more enriched use cases, which sets a higher bar for the network's capabilities. So we need efficient integration and the synergy between the clouds and the edge. We need low latency and integration into the clouds. And in the future, we believe network will become an important bridge for a more inclusive adoption of AI. So at this critical junction in China, Unicom is working towards these evolution from traditional networks to AI net. We hope we can build new infrastructure for the new AI era. So in terms of broadband, whether it is one generation to the next generation leapfrog, or it is required by industrial expansion or development, the synergistic development of AI and broadband is indispensable. We are actively developing, looking at the integration of AI and broadband. We believe this will provide new use cases, and it will be a new driving force. So going forward, on one hand, we see network for AI, so that means broadband enabling AI. So at its core, we see we build the cloud's edge capabilities and to have highly efficient collaboration across the whole network, and through connected computing centers, and to have more efficient computing power support, and we facilitate digital services. And third, we provide edge and computing power. We hope that we can make the network smarter. In order to enable AI with network, we need to have a reshaping from end to end of the network in terms of planning, maintenance, and the services. Regarding AI as a key technological engine for development of network, just like Mr. Hu mentioned earlier, that so in terms of the architecture, the operational system, and the service levels of network will be revolutionized by AI. So I want to share with you some of our practices and exploration in this regard. We work on AI computing power plus AI DC plus AI net, with AI net at the core. And with AI computing power, we hope we can build computing clusters. We have established over 300 integrated computing power resource pools covering 250 plus cities in AIDC. We have accelerated the smart upgrades of data centers, and we have achieved a whole AIDC network, which is localized across the whole country. We have also built a highly intelligent AIDC network to receive zero loss data transmission, so make the connectivity of computing power more convenient and safer. We use BNC so we can reshape the network architecture, so making smart services more convenient. I think you know that since its establishment, the broadband network has been a core part of our business. The traditional models can not meet future development requirements. So last year we talked about the future architecture of broadband. China Unicom wants to take concerted effort, and while adhering to the concept of security, to reshape our network architecture in nearly a year in cities like Guangzhou, Qingdao, Chongqing, altogether 16 cities. We have established a commercial demo BNC network, proving the excellent capabilities of BNC. So I want to share with you two cases. Case one is in Guangzhou with BNC and the 5GC synergy. We achieve the high-speed connectivity with cell phones and intranet, and with the direct connectivity to the cloud-based pools and the support of BNC, we develop cloud-based games and achieve wonderful GPU rendering and the millisecond user experience. We facilitate the application of AI agents and further deepen AI penetration. And we also provided household AI agenic services. And to support the digital and the smart transition of different industries and sectors, last year we introduced this home AI agent, 智家通通, which covers voice over network, home, gaming, altogether 10 capabilities. This showcases this innovation in integrating AI and broadband. So I will share with you some of our thinking around AI and the broadband.
是未来网络演进的
To build a whole life cycle, endogenous intelligence is a major direction. Now the big model has provided a strong background. We built a kind of network big model based on the L0 big model and also the vertical L1 big model hybrid architecture. We can deeply converge with the private domain, context, and network data to build a pan capability of highly adaptable scenario. And also, we can perform a small model synergy with AI. We first focus on high-value scenario to build a human-machine synergistic AI empowerment model. In the same time, we proactively explore on the kind of endogenous intelligence in network to promote a highly developed autonomous network. We have already launched the over 200 of a decisive AI model and over 120 AI-powered scenario, including planning, construction, maintenance, and service. In terms of network planning and construction, we use AI delivering system to use AI automatic comparing with the manufacturing drawing to fastly identify the key parameters of the network infrastructure, so we can reduce the kind of repetitive labor work of the troubleshooting, and also we can realize 20% of the comprise of the resources needed. In terms of a network operation, we have built a kind of a broadband installation and maintenance assistant intelligent body to provide the knowledge for the experts and also to realize this kind of 20% of efficiency enhancement for the installers. And also in terms of network service, we build up a single-stop intelligent body to have automatic troubleshooting for small tasks. For complicated issues, we have an accurate diagnosis and also to dispatch the staff. And also the resolution rate is over 90%. In our practice, we fully validate about the potential of AI with broadband. As a startup member of WBBA and member of the Board of Chairman, we as the China Telecom also want to propose two initiatives. First is to drive the deep convergence of AI and broadband. We want to use the platform of WBBA to speed up the deep sharing of the best practices among countries. Secondly, to enhance cooperation, to explore for the convergent service innovation, to play the role as a belt of WBBA, to enhance the collaboration with 3GPP and GSMA, etc., to further improve the convergence development of the network. And finally, I'd like to work together with the cloud network development. Thank you. That's all from me.
You hear me? Thank you, Liu Hamtao, for those important insights from China Unicom. As you can see, we're just preparing here for the upcoming panel discussion. So just while the team are getting the stage ready, just to remind everybody of the flyers that you should all have, and particularly to share your attention to the back of the flyer and the WBBA's Broadband Excellence Awards, which have been launched and are open for applications for the next few weeks. These awards were run for the first time in October of last year at the WBBA's event in Paris. They're designed to honor and recognize outstanding achievement and innovation across the global broadband ecosystem. If you scan the QR code, you'll get access to descriptions of the different categories and find out how you can apply to participate and also nominate your customers for these prestigious World Broadband Association Broadband Excellence Awards. So moving on now to our panel discussion, I'd like to welcome on stage our panelists. The Deputy Secretary General from Asia Pacific Telecommunity, Liu Jiping. Chief Information Officer and Head of Technology and Operations from DBS Bank, Benton Gong. Chief Commercial Officer from Globe Telecom, Darius Delgado. Vice President and General Manager of Wireline Marketing from ZTE, Peter Hu. And our panel moderator, WBBA Director General, Mr. Martin Kriener.
So we've got a panel session now to talk about AI with a range of different perspectives, from industry organizations to operators to suppliers and to enterprise users. So it should be really interesting as a way of validating, I think, everything we've heard today from our opening speakers. I'm going to jump right in here and ask each of our panelists a question that maybe relates to what Ronan said from Omdia in terms of the value and the use of AI. In particular, what I'm interested in, if you're looking at the value of AI for your organizations and industry bodies today, what immediately comes to mind? And if you're looking at it where you think it might be in 3 to 5 years' time, what immediately comes to mind? And I'm thinking, is it about efficiency? Is it about customer experience, security, revenue, and so on? So I'm going to kick off. Maybe Darius, you say your very first few impressions on that.
The way you look at AI is that it has to be end-to-end, and that's how we look at it at Globe. So the first imperative or area where the company will benefit and also our customers is in terms of operational efficiency. And there's a lot of repeatable processes and transactions within the organization across finance, even digital marketing, the way you manage the network, whether it's predictive or proactive maintenance, the way you do demand management and demand identification, and even in the way you manage the traffic so you optimize the resources. That's what we are doing in Globe today, and that's more on the operational efficiency. But if you ask me personally, where am I super excited in terms of the AI adoption or AI opportunity? It's in revenue generation. Not many operators talk about AI in terms of revenue generation, but we pride ourselves in taking care of the customers better than our competitors or the operators in the Philippines. We are a mass market country. The Philippines deserve the best service we can give. And it's way beyond price and way beyond speed if you're talking about broadband. Even when you talk about mobile, it's also the same, because those are functional and plain vanilla in our space or in our industry. And therefore, what we are forging ahead with in terms of revenue generating activities is in hyper-personalization. We are moving from heavily customized plans or offers and touches to the customers to hyper-personalized. Now, what's the difference? When you do customization, you give a plethora of options to your customers. And I believe in the paradox of choice. The more choices you give, the more confused the customers will be, right? And it's also a challenge in the way you display your offers or you serve it up. They are going to be confused. They don't know where to find it. And therefore, AI is pivotal in making sure that we hyper-personalize our touches and their experiences with our brands. And at the right moment, from the first time that they discover our service, all the way to retention, upsell, cross-sell, habituating multi-product owners across both mobile and broadband, because we just view it as just one product. It's just internet. It's just a different use case or occasions of use that defines mobile, which is on the go, and broadband, which is at home. It has to be personalized. Even before the customers will ask, we will give. And that's what I'm super excited about. And we are actually doing a lot of initiatives to actually touch our customers better than anyone in the Philippines.
Brilliant. And we'll come to them in another question, I think. But Ziping, from your point of view, from APT's perspective, what's the benefit that APT might see today and where is it in the future?
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for the question. And as we heard from the presentation this morning, I think we have kind of noted, let's say, the observation in terms of what AI can bring to the business community, okay, in terms of AI. So basically, I think the AI is huge. It's enormous in terms of not only reshaping the business we are living in, let's say in terms of broadband development, but also in terms of looking in the broad sense of society and the economy. So as far as APT is concerned, which is intergovernmental organization, or ICT, which is focused on the kind of, let's say, gather together the governments, industry, academia, and every stakeholders to come together. So I think the point is first to explore and focus on is to make sure that the value, the potential of AI can be beneficial to every member of APT, which is very diverse and unbalanced in our Asia-Pacific region. Thank you.
Very good. And I think It's interesting, Peter, maybe from the perspective of ZTE. So you've heard Darius's point of view. You know, I could paraphrase it as kind of efficiency today and monetization tomorrow. What's your thought on that?
Yes, I think the AI affects all the persons and for the companies. So actually, as the vendors of the ZT side, we just consider about how to do the balance. Because everyone will know that AI is quite good, is fantastic, but when you practice in your company, you need to consider about the balance, about the cost efficiency and the high performance. So I think this is quite need to consider, especially for some the C levels, because C levels will be considered about the ROI. So how you can get some the investment for the AI. So actually, we have heard about the same common sense in the morning, and actually for the MWC, so also is AI for network and the network for AI. So I think it's a common sense for all of that. Yes, but the key point is for the AI technologies, how we can have some unified infrastructures for us. Why? Because now currently we cannot avoid that we have some connections with the traditional service for the connections. But now we are upgrade for the AI. It's similar like for the 2G to 3G to 4G to 5G. But it's a change because previously we just want to upgrade with the bandwidth upgrade. This is our the business mode. But now in the AI era, I think it's not the same. If you just upgrade, who will pay for that? Most of the consumers and subscribers want to pay for that. If you do it like this, it won't be successful. So in today's, we are very looking forward what's exactly the commercials about the business mode in the AI era. I think this is much more important for us.
Very good. And finally, Benton, you're coming at it from the enterprise's perspective, from a large bank. So we have the full value chain here, from supplier to the operator, and everybody selling to everybody else. But you're where the buck stops. You have to get the benefit out of this, or the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very right statement. The AI will bring the change to the banks from all different areas, right? We talked about customer experience. That's how do we serve the customer. Efficiencies improvement. Of course, our internal process will need to improve, and also we will need to consider how do we organize our organization under the Gen AI regime. Customer experience, we just take an example. Currently, when typically people use a mobile banking application, you click and you choose the functionality. Going forward, that will be a conversational experience. Rather, I tell the app and say what I do. I want to deposit a certain amount of money, and the AI will then be able to direct you to the right thing, will help you do the things, rather than you just click and choose. That's just one example. Efficiency, actually, there will be some very significant change. So in the banking operation currently, we are doing the manual process in a lot of areas just to make sure we do the right thing for the customer. So there is a maker and checker process. There is a team to do the first level of entering the system, doing the checking, and there is a second team to verify what has been done. So in the AI area, that the maker part can basically be done by the AI agents, right? So we only need to put the people with more experienced people look at the checker part. Right. Organization structure, we've been thinking about, DBS have been thinking about treating, how do we deal with the AI employee? Your colleagues may be an AI agent in future, especially think about how do we run this operation, a lot of the decision making, etc., will be that AI agent there. Right. So how do you cope with that? That's more of another thinking of how do we organize the company.
Yeah, I mean, and you brought in a really fascinating topic, and I want to come back to the whole impact on culture and organizational structure. But maybe Darius, I'm going to ask you to delve a little bit more deeply. I just want to talk first of all about how AI is driving operational transformation in how you do infrastructure, how you run your operations.
Specifically for broadband, because it has the more complex value chain when you compare it with mobile, right? And the scale is different, but the effort index is so much more than managing a mobile network and a mobile set of operations. So first things first, it starts with your proposition in the market. So we differentiate beyond just price and speed, because that's all plain vanilla to the customer, especially in the market of the Philippines in terms of broadband. So we do service guarantees. And one of the elements that actually drive and deliver that promise to the customers of service guarantee is that we have deployed AI to proactively manage the value chain, starting from the network. So in terms of demand management, in demand identification, where's the greenfield areas in terms of opportunity, where's the brownfield, we can identify more effectively and more fast than through AI. Secondly, we have to make sure that the level of experience is stable across all broadband lines. And what we have done is that we infused AI in the way we do network monitoring, such that the identification of any faults in the network in that entire complex chain, we have made it better by 90%. If and when an outage happens, unfortunately, we have improved mean time to restore by 70%. Now, when the customer's in the home, no outage, we are also improving experience such that we have automated band steering within the home so that at any given point in time, the customer is in the best speed possible within that vicinity. And then secondly, we have also done proactive measures so that we are able to detect faults across that entire value chain.
Really interesting because, and I always view Globe as quite an adventurous and innovative operator who's always on the bleeding edge. But I also get the feeling that there's many operators who are, trying to grasp this opportunity. Peter, from a supplier's point of view, is what Darius says, is it reflected in other operators that you're dealing with in terms of how they're using AI?
Yes, so many operators we consider about some of the security side. Actually, for this part, we need to consider about for the infrastructures, how you can associate with your services. I think it's quite important because now we can look for the next step because now currently we have the AI structure. So next stage is about the AI agency. So if we are running the AI agency with the automatically, so like we have to consider about for the autonomous networks as the level 5. So actually for this part will have the full running automatically. But it will be something to consider about what's your services, the pinpoint. Because on this side, it will be considered about if you have the optimizations, your networks, okay, no problem, because it's have your internal systems. But I think in the, because I just said it must be changed for the business mode in the AI era. So you cannot only focus on your internal systems, you need to have to consider about some of the external. So that's why the AI agency is not only working internally in yourselves, you need to talking with your business partners, your supply chains for all of this. Because I have to give some of the examples. We have on ZT side, we have some of the deep cooperations with some of the OTT. So on this side, when we sell some of the products, is not using about some of the products for the delivery. We need to have the IoT with the supply chain system at the first step. So this is quite important. So that means for the business step, we need to have the supply chain to IoT first. And for the next step, maybe there will be change all the suppliers, not from the operators, from the vendors, and need to consider about some the chipsets, something like this. So I think this is also most important, and we must consider about some security for this chain.
Excellent. And Benton, from an enterprise user, presumably your AI strategy is similar in some respects, but it's importantly different maybe in other areas. So could you just give us a view of maybe how you build your AI strategy within Deutsche Bank, and then I'd also be interested in terms of how you view the importance of AI in the operators and in the broadband network.
So the DBS Bank actually has built the AI strategy about 2 years ago when this Gen AI thing started to have a big wave in the market. The first period of first couple of years was mainly on the investment. Just as the people said, we invest money to see, to test and try out what does that mean to us as the bank. Now we are coming to the stage where I think we believe that we can actually implement the AI solution, Gen AI solution, which will bring the benefit, the real benefit to the bank and to our customers. So we are at a stage of implementing that. This mainly not just in China, but rather in Singapore, in the Southeast Asia market that we are playing on. Now, there are a lot of things related to broadband, actually think through. So our solutions, there are a few examples. When we deal with our customers, we usually, for corporate customers, we need to go to the customer to do the customer verification, to do some due diligence. And we start to use a AI agent together with them. It's remotely videoed through that, and then we had people at the back end to look at, to deal with all these things. Right? This will definitely be a heavy broadband basis things. Fraud is another thing we are paying attention to, because there are anti-fraud is always a big thing for the bank, right? So how do we use the AI to help us to defend ourselves on both ways? One is to better identify the fraud. The other way is to defend the AI fraud that's coming up in the world. So these are another thing we have to deal with. Of course, it's all through broadband, I think. And also, I just mentioned the applications. Also, what I did mention is the call center. So we have implemented in Singapore and Taiwan the AI agent. It's still a co-pilot at the moment because we have to address the precision issues. But that agent actually not only listen to the customer and trying to get information prepared for the real human agent. That AI agent also do the quality assurance for our human agent, right? So the whole 100% when our people dealing with the customers, what's their turn look like, and do they do the right thing, or do they do some thing that needs to be improved? So these are all done by the AI agent there, right? And again, this kind of communication is another issue. I think we need to heavily rely on the broadband.
And those AI agents are, people variously call them digital employees and so on, and of course that raises the question of if the employees are digital, what happens to the real people? And I mean, but maybe we'll come back to that in a few moments. Ziping, coming at it from the point of view of an Asia Pacific organization, you have countries within your ambit which are highly advanced, and you have other countries which are absolutely in the developing era. So from your point of view, how does AI fit in to those strategies and advice and initiatives that you run? And in particular, maybe talk a little bit about AI's role in closing or widening the digital divide.
Thank you. I think that the MDI, for my organization, APT, can be something very challenging. As you mentioned rightly, now within our, let's say, 38 member countries, so it covers almost the whole Asia-Pacific region, where we have some members like China, Japan, Korea, Singapore, are moving quite fast in terms of adapting to AI technology. At the same time, we have the majority numbers of developing, let's say, members. So there's really a gap in terms of, let's say, not only traditional accessibility and connectivity, but now we're seeing, let's say, rather a potential of widening gap in terms of AI gap or intelligence gap. So that's something that we as an regional organization have to face and have to confront. And I guess what we have to do is, number one, I think it's more to have a kind of coordinated or strategic approach in terms how we as members that should kind of correspond to the, let's say, both the benefits and the challenges that comes right from AI. That's number one. Second point is that we are lucky in terms of, you look at the composition of members, which we have the government and administration of ICT from all 30 members. At the same time, we have a large pool of industry members that covers all the spectrum of this ICT sector, be it, let's say, operator, manufacturer, and academia and others. And we are lucky now, now we have China Telecom, China Unicom, Huawei, and ZTE, who has been our industry member for many years. So in that sense, I think to move ahead, to be able to expand benefits of AI to our members, in particular those less developed members, I think the role of industry is really important. So that's, I think that's the, let's say, that's the advantage of APT that we can, let's say, make full use of by putting together all the stakeholders, governments, industry, academia, and then share, I think it's best, number one, I think it's best practice in terms of, let's say, technology, in particular, the successful user cases, number one. Number two is kind of try to come up with kind of a common consensus in terms of how we're going to do it on the part of policymakers and the regulators. And thirdly, we can use what we have. I mean, all the platforms, like we have forums on policy, regulations, on standards. We also have the mechanism that we can coordinate positions towards the major ITU events in terms of standards development and radio frequencies. So that's something I think we should kind of focus and try to, let's say, make a difference by kind of trying to bridge, let's say, kind of revalue the, let's say, the potential, let's say, divide the gap and see put together to make sure that we do, let's say, enable all members to benefit from the development of AI.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that you've got the governments who are pushing you in this direction, you really understand, because their perspectives are similar and different from a commercial organization. Could I shift gears a little bit into investment and how AI is driving the investment strategies, changing the investment priorities for operators? So Darius, maybe you could kick us off on that.
Okay, so firstly, we start with the strategy, because nothing, if it's not in the strategy, it doesn't get executed because it's not going to be funded, and efforts won't be towards that direction. So we forged ahead in 2025 such that AI is a key pillar of our overall globe strategy. And because of that, we have set up our own AI group, and we have installed a chief AI officer, in fact. And how that structure works is that it's a federated approach, meaning it's a cross-functional team across products, marketing, finance even, purchasing, network, and IT domains. So everyone is represented there, and we do litmus tests in terms of prioritizing AI initiatives. The first one is, but these are co-equal depending on the domain. First one is operational effectiveness. Does it give you increased productivity, and does it deliver cost savings? Number two, does it improve customer servicing? And number three, and equally important as I mentioned earlier, does it generate additional revenue streams? Because we're managing a commercial business, I'm the head of all of our businesses under commercial. I have to look at the lens like that. It doesn't have to be just cost effectiveness. It doesn't have to have self-funding capabilities for cost effectiveness initiatives. It should improve customer experience and in return deliver new revenue streams. And Given that process, we have established a strict governance also. And it's a combination of two things. One, you have to centralize anything that is driving the foundational build on AI. It's like building an AI kitchen, so it democratizes the ability of employees to actually participate in that creation journey. Number two, you have to have a level of democratization because it's part of culture building. People should learn it as a skill. Today, it's not a requisite skill yet. When we go to 2030 or 5 years from now even, it will be a requisite skill. I've always believed that AI doesn't necessarily replace people, but people who are well-versed in AI will replace the people who are not.
Yeah, absolutely. Benton, from your investment strategies, is AI is it at the top of your priority list at the moment, or is it still making its way up there?
Well, it's absolutely at the top priority of our strategy. So we, DBS, have saying that internally, so this year is everything AI. So we're trying to think from top down, really, how bottom up and top down, everybody is thinking, how do we introduce AI in our day-to-day work? So we have, just as the colleague saying, that we have a separate department set up. It's called transformation data team. And they are leading the AI, the activities in the bank, and they report directly to the group CEO. So AI itself has a lot of the things beyond the technology thing. If you think about an organization, every party, every department is thinking about how to use the AI. There will be so many AI assets created in the bank. So we need to have a proper governance in how to use that. We also need to have the access control. It's not every AI, the knowledge base that created by every department is accessible, should be accessible to everybody else. Some are confidential, so we build up a role-based AI control, making sure that only the proper person will have the access to proper AI components, etc. and etc. So it's a systemic organization support and governance, how to drive the AI in this DBS.
Very good. And you mentioned governance there. I'm going to shift. I know we're running out of time here, sadly, but Peter, maybe you could say a few words on governance and risks associated with AI from your perspective.
Yes, for the governance, I think it's also quite important because actually when we have to do the business all around the world, and especially some regions is very focused on the governance. And I think the key point is how you can using the AI as the more transparency. So that's quite important because previously maybe some of the data is underground, but now we just want to move this data on the table. So that's a key point. Before that, maybe we need to take a lot of time to do the work, but now when you can do them the AI, I said that it's more efficiency. So all the data and some of the progress is transparency for the customers and for the operators. So I think this is maybe more open and will be more transparency, and we'll have the growing by the AI technologies. This is, I think, is more benefits for us, all of us.
Yeah, I noted the first slide by Ke Ruan this morning was about how AI needs to be fair and safe and valuable, which I thought was three great buzzwords for AI. I know we're time, I see a 0 on the clock there, but I do want a very final thought. I've been in the industry literally for 40 years, and I've seen lots of fads that have run through the industry, and 1 year we're talking about a topic, and 3 years later we're not talking about it anymore. But I have a feeling that AI isn't a fad. Will we still be obsessed with AI in 5 years' time? Maybe Ziping, you could give me your thoughts, and I'll ask everybody to be very brief.
Yep. Okay, that's a difficult question because AI is actually we are at the time where we are witnessing the fast expansion, fast consensus building of AI in terms of its values, in terms of its applications. So, well, for the industry moving ahead, okay, just starting in a way. So if I wish to make a prediction on question you posed, I would say, I think we should remain more positive on what AI can bring to us in every part of our society and economy. And I would hope that maybe in 5 years' time, people will be kind of more at ease with the use of AI for the business, for the life, rather than feel a bit kind of unease in terms of, because we are talking about the risk, right? It might bring to us.
Yes.
So that's my expectation, maybe. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you very
Very
much.
good answer. Darius, will we still be obsessed with AI in 5 years' time?
Oh, definitely. We have early data points that can prove that. And we see that in operations. We see that in terms of how we service our customers. If the customers are happy with it, we derive revenues from that. It's a more sustainable organization moving forward. And most of the companies, if not all, in the Philippines are in business, right? Because they're companies. AI enables them to look for the opportunities no set of humans can ever do in a very quick time. If they are able to do that, they will be more keen in getting and seeing the innovations that they may normally not see if not for AI. So I think, as I've earlier said, it will be a requisite skill. Brilliant. If only the government can also support it, not just the private sector. Because it has to be embedded in our educational curriculum, in our educational systems. The way that students study English, study Chinese, study history, study Filipino, study science, study algebra. AI will be plain vanilla and requisite skills just like those, because it is really so fundamental. And what I see in 5 years forward is that if AI enables us humans to have that level of productivity, it will open all of our eyes to more opportunities we normally don't see today.
Brilliant. I think actually that's a fabulous point to bring it to a close on. I thought really interesting panel. You've heard it here. First, how important AI not only is today, for efficiency tomorrow, for monetization, and in the future for every aspect of society. Thank you very much, and a big round of applause for our panel. Excellent. Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you to Martin and our fascinating panelists there. I thought, yeah, a great closing remark there from Darius to bring the panel to a conclusion. And as Martin said, it's great to have that kind of discussion across the whole of the value chain, including those real life benefits of AI investments from Benton and the DBS Bank. Just ahead of our final speakers, just a couple of updates from me in terms of exciting new developments and launches from the World Broadband Association. I'm going to point you again to the flyer that you will all have access to, and on the inside page, the WBBA's working group white papers, and you can see the QR codes on the screen in front of me here. The working groups are the WBBA's real engine room for thought leadership and industry influence. And the WBBA is excited to today announce the launch of 3 brand new research studies. As I say, you can see behind me and in the flyer at your table. From left to right, the first research study being launched today is looking at expanding advanced fixed broadband networks for all. As future applications demand ultra-reliable, low latency and secure connectivity, being connected is no longer enough. Indeed, we heard from Ronan earlier today that beyond connectivity is the start of the pathway to being able to monetize AI investments. And this white paper will outline a clear roadmap for building advanced fixed broadband networks that fuel sustainable socioeconomic growth. In the middle of the screen behind me is the circular economies and evolution of fixed broadband research. This report examines the progress, benefits, and regulations associated with the transition from copper to fiber broadband networks, as well as operators' practices of recycling and reusing retired copper infrastructure as part of their broader circular economy strategies. And finally, on the right-hand side, beyond broadband, revolutionizing CPN connectivity. This paper explores how next-generation applications from cloud gaming and 8K streaming to XR and AI-powered smart homes are redefining performance expectations beyond bandwidth alone. I'd encourage you to download this research, to provide your feedback, and to get involved with the conversation as the World Broadband Association's working groups continue to drive industry development, thought leadership, and influence. And then just finally from me at this stage, we've already been seeing today quite clearly how AI is changing the world, how AI is everywhere. And the World Broadband Association is going to be launching its Broadband AI program to continue to support industry development. And that industry development is going to be delivered through 3 distinct mechanisms. The first of which, excitingly, is the AI Broadband Collaboration Lab, which is going to drive next-generation AI broadband innovation growth through member-driven collaboration labs to showcase and identify case-specific use cases, to perform collaboration with research institutions, and to develop and to deliver exciting proof-of-concept testing and validation of AI models. The second distinct mechanism is going to be the creation and building of a community of AI tech future leaders and professionals. This committee will play a crucial role in driving deeper collaboration on AI broadband initiatives through networking events, education training programs, community platforms, and industry roundtables. Before finally, the Innovate Research and Transformative Case Studies and Use Cases collaboration, which will showcase innovation through leadership research and groundbreaking AI broadband case studies. There'll be a discovery program which will lead to the demonstration of case studies and the building of a research library which members of the WBBA will get access to be able to leverage experiences and strategies from across the ecosystem to support their own AI investment strategies and development of their own use cases. So 3 very exciting dimensions to the World Broadband Association's AI broadband program. I'd encourage you to all get involved with those committees and councils. And I'd also like just to take a moment to learn a little bit more about those through this video that we're going to showcase for you now.
The world is transforming, not slowly, not someday, now. And the heartbeat of this transformation, AI. But are we ready? But with every breakthrough comes pressure. AI is demanding more from networks than ever before, and in return, it is becoming their greatest force. At the center of this evolution stands one force uniting it all, WBBA. Driving the broadband industry into a new AI-powered era. Inside the AI Broadband Collaboration Lab, innovation becomes reality. Use cases brought to life. AI models trained and tested. Real networks, real environments, real transformation. Here, research meets deployment. Ethics meets engineering. Vision meets velocity. This is more than a movement. It's a revolution led by people. From seasoned, experienced operators to rising stars, a new generation of broadband leaders is rising. Educated, equipped, connected, unstoppable. When AI meets broadband, you don't need promises, you show proof. Real-world impact, measurable returns, stories that reshape strategy. This is how we lead. This is how we scale. 2025 is not just another year. It's the launch pad, summits, sandboxes, standards. Together, we shape how the world connects, learns, heals, and grows. The question isn't whether AI will change broadband, it's who will lead it. WBBA is ready. Are you?
Innovation to reality, I think, is a really powerful phrase that came through from that video there. That's really at the forefront of the mission of the World Broadband Association. And I'd really like to encourage you all to get involved and to participate in that transformation journey. We now move in just to the concluding part of today's Congress, and with two excellent speakers who will bring us to a conclusion. I'd like to welcome onto the stage the first of those speakers, the founder and CEO of Data Robotics, Mr. Bill Huang.
各位嘉宾，
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We're running over time just a little bit. I wanted to give you a wonderful presentation. So today at the WBBA BDC Shanghai, we got to experience the next generation development. And we cannot rely on this, say, over 10 billion humans on the planet. We need billions of robots to support us in our next generation endeavor. In the past 10 years, I've been focused on one thing, and that is humanoids. So the telecom industry has been upgrading itself through bandwidth upgrade, and but we have seen this rapid development of robotics. In the past 15 years, we saw groundbreaking changes. In the earlier days of robots, they were quite like dummies. They only had some simple functions. And then in the 90s, we were able to have a brain like AGV or like your Roomba at home. It's like a small reptile. It cannot be a human. And then we have this fourth generation of autonomous driving, adopting deep learning. It was the very first time in history that we saw the deep integration of technologies. And only Waymo in the US and Baidu in China were able to fully commercialize this. Without robotics, we could not achieve autonomous driving. And then we are at this fifth generation stage. In the future, all the next gen robots need to have their brains in the clouds. In order to support AGI, you need LLMs. In order to achieve humanoids, you need a worldly models. So this consensus or event-based models. So now we're able to build a super agent, which is the soul of a humanoid. It might requires 10 trillion parameters in the LLM. Need 1,000 terabyte data. All the solutions available in the world are not reliable and cannot be commercialized except for our company. And this brings about an important opportunities to the operators. Maybe in the future, the robotics will become a smart device, a communication end device. And in the future, all the humanoids, all the robotics will become your end devices. That means more business opportunities for the operators. And Goldman Sachs, as an investment bank, they're not Gartner. They are not a trade industry, but they forecast by 2025, the market size of robotics is $5 trillion USD, which is bigger than that of smartphones, according to the forecast of Elon Musk or this guy from SoftBank. And that number is 30 trillion USD. So that means the robotics industry will represent the single largest market in the world, surpassing cars and the smartphones. It might be the driver for the fourth industrial revolution. If robotics have become smartphones, then and the best or the most similar company would be Tesla. I remember in the old days, Android was free and open sourced. We're now returning to that era. We need to usher in this humanoid era that is open and free of charge. So that's what we work on. The most challenging part with building humanoids is not the hardware, but the operating system. It's not a traditional computer operating system, neither is it an operating system for a smartphone. It is a brand new metaverse-based operating system which was invented by myself. With this operating system, we're able to build a world of robots. This is a world of telecommunication system. It's similar to an exchange system or today's internet system. So I coined this new term. So internet plus cell phone, that's mobile internet, where you are able to increase the mobile internet market value by 100x. But if you are able to combine mobile internet and robotics, we will be able to increase the market cap by another 100x on the current base. With 5G, 4G, even wires, robots will be working in the magnitude of 20 billion. So now everyone has at least one smartphone. That means 30 years from now, every one of us will have at least one, if not two, robots. So what would that era look like? One of the speakers said that he doesn't believe robotics will replace humans, but he believes that those who acquire AI knowledge will replace those who are not AI savvy. But I can tell you that rest assured, none of you should be worried. Our future job is managing robots. We deal with robots even if without the knowledge of AI. You can be trained to be the mentors or the masters of AI. Just because your mentees are capable, it doesn't mean that it will take over you. So that means maybe you can manage one robot and then you get 100 paychecks. And if you're able to manage 1,000 robots, you get 1,000 paychecks. So of course, if your mentee makes a mistake and you have to bear the responsibility, so that means robots will do the job and you will play, and the robots will be the super bearer of your knowledge. But why do we want to build humanoids? This is a must-do. Otherwise, who would do our job for us? So humanoids will be the most common type of robots without making any changes to the existing human platforms. So in a frictionless way, without us realizing it, humanoids will be fully integrated in our human society. I started to study humanoids in 2018. If we can standardize the like drawings of humanoids, then the cost will be significantly reduced. And so when it comes to really like laborious work, grunt work, and we can just use robots. Of course, it's been a very competitive AI or robotic race. We are yet to make a truly intelligent and capable robotics. And we started doing this in 2006, and until 2007, we realized we need a robot with GPU, a smart display, and to at least have functions that are similar to like the cell phone with browsers. But we're yet to achieve that, but we believe we will be able to have that robots by 2027. We are still fumbling our ways, but we do have the target in the horizon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. I think we can agree that you delivered on your promise to give us a wonderful speech. I thought a particularly interesting scenario there on the role of the human in the acceleration of the robots. Before our closing remarks, I'm delighted to welcome on stage research scientist from the Institute of Artificial Intelligence at China Telecom, Dr. Xiao Jiwei.
Thank you. Distinguished Chairman Ke Rui-wen, and dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to talk about what we have been doing at the Institute of AI, China Telecom. My name is Xiao Jiwei, and it was founded by Professor Li Xuedong, who is also the president of the institute, who is the CTO and chief scientist of China Telecom. And we have gathered top-tier talents in AI and telecommunication. So AI is now revolutionizing sectors and industries, from smart manufacturing to homes, from urban governance to wearables. AI is deeply reshaping the way we produce and the way we live. AI capabilities continue to improve, and they continue to make breakthroughs in the way they handle complex information and make decisions. But we also need to think about how we can better adopt AI in more industries and sectors, and to make AI inclusive to everyone.
Thus, we have summarized the two core challenges: insufficient device computing power and energy constraints. These are the key factors limiting the widespread adoption of intelligent applications. And for example, there are a lot of parameters of all the models which restrains the widely spread of the adoption of the intelligent applications. Second one is about high network latency. Existing cloud computing solutions require massive data transfer to remote servers, inevitably introducing the latencies. Against this backdrop, we are excited to introduce our foundational technology, the AI flow, the intelligent transmission network. So firstly, the question is whether we can let the intelligence to flow seamlessly like air, so that we can have no constraint by specific devices or platforms. So this is the first key point of AI, called device edge cloud collaboration. We can integrate device edge server and cloud server, and also we can provide support to different devices. For example, when we use AI service on our mobile phone, if the network is very quick, then we can acquire a more accurate result and to tackle with difficult questions. However, when we have weak connectivity, we can collaborate with edge nodes to reduce data transmission, maintaining service stability via hybrid local edge. When it's totally offline, we rely on lightweight local models for basic functions, syncing results with cloud models once connectivity is restored to enhance accuracy. So when we have this kind of infrastructure, how can we do further innovation for the AI model to fully utilize the resource across the edge and cloud tiers? First, if we can customize a series of family models of different sizes but from the same origin based on the computing resources provided by different network layers, such as customization can improve collaboration efficiency. This is precisely the second key point of the AI flow. Family models can achieve upward and downward competitively and switch in multiple ways. For example, methods such as early model exit and weight decomposition. The number of parameters in large models can be reduced to obtain homologous small models, just like the picture shown. Robots work together to carry boxes and complete the set tasks. So the common collaboration between large and small models is a simple combination of independent models, lacking the flexibility of model switching. In contrast, family models have aligned features enabling smooth information sharing without the need for additional middleware. Furthermore, deploying multiple family models on different layer nodes of the network, such as smartphones, base station-side servers, and cloud computing centers. In order to let you understand better, we have an interesting case called AI-powered guide dog. As you can see, the guide dog receives commands from its owner and makes autonomous decisions. For simple tasks, it relies on the lightweight onboard model. As it leads the owner through the corridor, the environment transitions from indoor to outdoor. When complexity increases, the intermediate results from the small model are sent to a larger model at the cloud edge for further processing. This isn't about discarding the small model's output. It's about enabling the large model to perform deeper reasoning on top of the initial results. So the third part of my presentation is about the intelligent emergence based on connection and interaction. The development of the large model rely on the data-driven intelligent emergence model. I believe that in the near future, the high-quality data resources are being exhausted. The generation speed of new data will be far slower than the consumption speed, which will further limit the development of AI. In order to break through this bottleneck, the intelligent AI flow has realized the transformation from data-based intelligent emergence to connection and interaction-based intelligence. Through the connection and collaboration between models, knowledge sharing, and interaction with the external environment, it demonstrates intelligent emergence that exceeds the upper limit of capabilities to a single model. Just like the candles in a picture, one candle is a small flame, and 3 candles are not a flame volume of 3 faint flames, but brings the emergence of an entire fire. So from this vision, we have built this kind of video. When user is hungry and send out a audio message command, the robot dog will cooperate to open the door. Then drone will fly. So you can see the robot dog and the robotic arm can open the door, and also the drone will bring a empty plate outside the room. When the drone lands at the area with food, the robotic arm will automatically select food and put the food onto the plate, and drone will return to the room and complete the whole process. We want to use the video to show you that this kind of telecom plus AI, we can show the efficiency brought by connection. And finally, a summary. Our goal is to better support diverse intelligent application scenarios through communication networks, integrate the family model into the edge cloud collaborative architecture, and achieve efficient distributed intelligent collaboration. The connected-based intelligence allows the transmission of intelligence to break through limitations and ultimately realize the free flow of AI without any boundaries in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Xiao. We have been running slightly over, so we are now going to bring a close to today's Broadband Development Congress, which just leaves me to thank again all of the speakers, panelists, and sponsors who've made today's event such a great success. I'd like to thank you all for attending and continue to encourage you to participate with and engage with the World Broadband Association, find out how you can benefit from and contribute to the WBBA's aims. And we look forward to seeing you soon at the next World Broadband Association Broadband Development Congress. Thank you.